Right now I'm holding a giant poisonous pufferfish. To prepare this fish in Japan, you must have years of training, but to prepare this fish here, you must be willing to gamble with your life.
Last time in our Borneo food series, we explored the country that covers the largest portion of Asia's biggest island, Indonesia.
Hello, how big is your TikTok audience? This is why I travel, you know, is to connect with people on a deeper level like this.
Now we're headed from Banjarmasin to the city of Kota Kinabalu in Malaysia.
Most people, when they think of Malaysia, they think of West Malaysia. They have KL, the capital. How different is the food here compared to West Malaysia? Because there is no one indigenous tribe when it comes to Borneo. There must be, what, hundreds, thousands?
Here, I'm on a mission to understand how the diverse ethnic cultures on this side of Malaysia make for a food experience you won't find anywhere else in Borneo.
It smells not good, but the taste is.
And by the end of this video, we'll follow an ancient Bajau tradition.
The Bajau people have been around in the sea for centuries.
As an untrained, uncertified villager prepares me a poisonous puffer fish, a deadly delicacy known to kill locals each year.
Why do you think people are still eating this food even though there's some risk of death?
But first, a different fish, much less poisonous and way, way bigger.
This is just its head. This is the head of a giant grouper. About how long do you think this was?
Oh, this much.
Okay, we'll call that 5 feet.
Meet Winnie, the woman behind this restaurant and a proud Malaysian Chinese. Her ethnic group is one of over 30 found in Malaysian Borneo. Today I'll be dining with 3 of the most influential groups when it comes to local cuisine: the Malaysian Chinese, the Kadazan Dusun, and the Bajau. For breakfast, we'll be trying Winnie's fish head soup.
What is the biggest grouper you've ever seen?
I have seen about 100 kilo.
That's 220 pounds. That's more grouper than me.
Winnie starts her recipe by cleaving the enormous fish head into manageable pieces before boiling them. The fish leaves the boil and lands on a bed of egg noodles. Waiting for the broth, our chef adds tomatoes to a stock, already infused with ginger and onion. He gives it a good stir and finishes it off with evaporated milk.
Audrey, good morning. Thank you for joining me.
You're most welcome.
Adventurer and travel content creator Audrey is my first eating partner of the day.
This is breakfast, but it's like no breakfast I've seen before. When I asked the owner what part of the head is the best, do you know what she said?
Eyeball.
And?
The lips.
The fish lips. This is gonna be the most intimate I've ever been with any fish. I think we should try that broth.
The broth first.
The broth is a beautiful color. It's kind of a yellowy brown.
It's very creamy, right?
Oh, that's wonderful. It's creamy. It's so well-rounded. It's such a full fish flavor. You can taste the fattiness of the fish. Should we try some of these noodles out?
Yeah.
So I'm putting noodles. You have like a next level of patience that I don't have.
Egg noodles are a Chinese contribution to Malaysian Borneo's cuisine. Many of the Chinese here descend from southern China's coastal regions, known for their strong tradition of seafood-based cooking.
That's really good. What we're really here for is the grouper. Ugh. So this is the most coveted part of the fish head, huh? You just chew it out? You just suck it out?
Yeah, suck it out.
There's some hard bits in there, like cartilage, that are impossible to chew, but then some soft, gummier bits too.
They do have gelatinous as well around the eye socket.
Yeah, a little more musculature and soft bits around the eye and some skin. It's almost like a pork skin, like a braised pork skin. These are the lips? Oh, that is. That's the lower lip right there, I believe. There's some like soft flesh really just hanging off the bone. It's pretty easy to peel off. Well, you can taste the skin right away. Very fatty, gelatinous.
It's very silky, right?
It's silky, yeah, okay. I can see that. And then the meat is a bit sticky. It's really broken down. It's almost like eating tuna head. So what do you think of the lips?
I tasted better lips.
French kissing a grouper is odd, but Chinese fish head soup is globally known. However, my encounter with our second ethnic group, the Kadazan Dusun, will bring me to a dish you won't find outside Malaysian Borneo.
I'm told that the seed that is used in making this dish is poisonous. Let's back up a little bit. I want to talk about Borneo because we just came from Indonesia. Indonesia is like most of Borneo. It's like 77% or 72. It's in the 70s. Malaysia, second biggest.
I'm in Sabah, one of the 2 states that form Malaysian Borneo. Although it only occupies only 26% of the island, this patch makes up 60% of the country's total land area. and it's locally known as East Malaysia.
Most of West Malaysia, they have never traveled to East Malaysia. Most of them, they will think that, oh, we are still living by the river, using elephants as our mode of transportation.
If you guys travel by elephant, that would be amazing.
Exactly, right?
They should be jealous.
Elephant rides may be in the past, but East Malaysia is still less urbanized than the mainland. Here in Sabah, the mountains and coastlines split work between farmers and fishermen. Unlike mainland Malaysia, where Malay, Indian, and Chinese communities dominate, Sabah is home to more than 30 tribes.
In Sabah, we can have multiracial people sit on a table. Even if the restaurant they serve pork, it's fine. Whereas West Malaysian Muslim people, they are very conservative.
Here, the Malaysian Chinese make up around 10% of the population, while Audrey's people, the Kadazan Dusun, account for over 30%. Not only are they the largest ethnic group here, but they're also among the earliest inhabitants of Borneo, with a rich culture that gave birth to something special. BOSOU.
It has a very distinct funky smell.
It sounds kind of extreme.
It has tangy flavor, yeah. But I've never eaten that before.
Well, how come you've never tried it?
Because it's an acquired taste.
Let's go find out.
Exploring culture starts with understanding people, and that includes ourselves.
Thank you, BetterHelp, for being a paid partner of this episode. This may shock you, but back in my 20s, I struggled with food and alcohol. I needed help, and eventually I got it through therapy, which made a huge difference. What I didn't expect was that years later, things would feel overwhelming again, but in a completely different way. Now it's work deadlines, raising a newborn, trying to be a present husband, leader, and human all at once. It's not the chaos of my 20s, but it's still a lot, and therapy is just as important. It took me a while to admit that I needed to go back, but once I did, therapy actually helped me slow down and sort through the noise. So listen, therapy isn't something you squeeze in after life settles down. It's something that helps you handle the chaos better now. If your life feels chaotic right now and you're putting off therapy for the reasons I was, I strongly encourage you to find time. And I personally love that BetterHelp makes it so easy. I can have sessions no matter where I am, in a hotel room, in an airport lounge, or even in the middle of a jungle. And if your first match doesn't feel right, you don't have to force it like an awkward group project. You can switch anytime, no hassle, no charge. So if you've been telling yourself you're gonna get to therapy eventually, visit betterhelp.com/besteverfood and use the code BestEverFoodReviewShow for 10% off your first month, because waiting for the perfect time is the same as not starting at all. Now, back to the show.
From Kota, Kinabalu, a 1-hour drive takes me to a humble roadside spot where Mary serves up some of the most authentic BOSOU, also known to some as rotten fish.
Is this a food that's commonly loved by everybody here in this region?
Among the locals in certain areas, definitely. But in the urban areas, it is an acquired taste.
What makes this an acquired taste?
It is uncooked fish. It's raw.
Long before the refrigerator was a thing, the Kadazan Dusun invented BOSOU to preserve their protein. After cleaning, the raw fish is mixed with salt and ground pangi seed.
I'm told that this seed, if not cooked, can be toxic.
Yes. You can get indigestion or stomachache.
So why is it important to use this seed?
The pangi is basically the activator to break down the proteins for the fish. When they extract the seed, they have to put it in the river for a few days so that it washes away whatever remaining toxin. And then after that, you dry it and smoke it.
Pangi seed is the activator, salt brings out the flavor, and cooked rice plays the role of yeast. Together, the mixture is sealed away in a container. Open it after a month, and you get this.
It smells not good, but the taste is.
I love your honesty. It smells not good. Can I tell you a story? One time, my dad had a refrigerator just full of meat, but I had to unplug it so I could plug in my computer and do my little rap song. I forgot to plug back in his refrigerator. All the meat went bad. Later, we opened the fridge and we were hit with a wall of smell that smelled sour and rancid, and it smelled like that. Oh, wow. So it's rice. Rice has soaked up a lot of that sliminess, but then there's big chunks of fish inside as well. This is remarkable. So many different countries make different types of fermented meats. In the Faroe Islands, I had lamb that was slowly decaying for months at a time. In Cambodia, you can find broth, essentially rotting, salty fish. And here we have this. This is like the peak, the summit of intense fermented smelliness, and I cannot wait to try it. This is some of the most unique food I've come across anywhere. You've never had this before.
Yeah, I've never.
But you have, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can you call yourself really a proper Kadazan Dusun person if you've never had this dish?
At 35 years old, I'm gonna try it
For the first time.
for the first time.
This is something we could warm up with.
This is what you call Sinalau. Sinalau is basically means smoke. Olden times, you didn't have refrigerators or any way to store meat. In order to store it, they would smoke it first and then keep it for another day, that type of a thing.
So essentially smoked pork.
Yeah. So you squeeze.
All right, hit it with a little bit of citrus and then just grab it. That's good. It's smoky, it's salty, it's sweet, and the calamansi is a nice hit of acid to break up some of that fattiness. I love it. But then we come upon this.
This is like an entry-level BOSOU. Smoked pork is sliced into more manageable pieces. Then comes the trio of salt, pangi seed, and rice. Mix them up, seal them tight, and serve once the fermentation has done its job.
How old is this, do you think?
About 2 weeks. When you mix it, there is a fermentation period that you need to wait.
So it cooks all the way through naturally.
Yeah.
Ooh, also sour. Luckily here we have something to cut that fermented pork.
It's red Bajau rice.
It's very nice rice. I feel like I don't even need to try this. The rice feels like enough, you know?
No, you need flavor.
I really need flavor. Okay, I'm gonna go for a respectable piece of pork here. Maybe that's too respectable. So have you had this one before?
No, never. Both of this.
All right, fermented pork here in the hills of Sabah.
Yep.
It's not so bad.
I'm trying to chew, it's hard.
It's not so bad. It's actually really good. It's just that, yeah, you got a big chunk.
It's so sour. It's just an intensity and a type of sourness that you could only get from rancid old meat that I've never experienced anywhere else before. And that taste, it just clings to the inside of my mouth. Part of me wants to eat a little bit more. Mind-blowing. It's like when somebody gets a tattoo, it hurts, but then after it's done, maybe I want that pain again. So that is like level 1, but right here we have level 11. This is the same thing, but with fish. Is this a food that undeniably belongs to the Kadazan Dusun people?
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely.
The Kadazan Dusun settled in northern Borneo some 5,000 years ago and now number over 700,000 in Sabah. They're made up of two closely related ethnic groups, the Kadazan and the Dusun. The Kadazan Dusun are masters of rice fields, jungles, and livestock, but they stand out most for their strict tribal laws. Laws that can mean handing over a buffalo if you do something wrong. But more on that later. Right now, this rotten, meaty treat is waiting for me.
Can you give it a big whiff?
I can still, it's fine. This smell it's all right.
It smells like something you would clean your bathroom with. It has almost like a chemical kind of burn to it as you
Like
sniff
ammonia?
it. Ladies, cheers. Wow, that is rancid. Oh, wow. It's really like the liquid on the bottom of a dumpster, that sour liquid on a hot day in the summer. I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just trying to be accurate. It's cheesy at the end too. It's like the intensity of blue cheese times 1,000. Oh my God. That's the closest I've came to crying and gagging in the last 5 years.
What we do is, when you have smoked pork, you have this as a flavor enhancer.
Oh, yes. No, now I get it. So you eat these two together.
You have to eat it all together.
This isn't a palate cleanser, it's a palate obliterator. This destroys your palate, then you come back to the pork and you're like, oh my God, this is even better. This has never tasted so good.
That BOSOU might have murdered my taste buds, but today's final meal could finish me altogether.
Have you heard people dying in Borneo or in...
Yes, in KK itself, Kota Kinabalu. They consumed the pufferfish and then they died.
But before that deadly dish, I'm making time to explore the Kadazan Dusun people's most unusual tradition, forcing wrongdoers to surrender their buffalo as punishment.
In this remote Kadazan Dusun village, justice doesn't come with handcuffs, it comes with hooves. In this land, a native court can rule that a buffalo must be surrendered or even slaughtered to settle a serious offense. Later, I'll be speaking to a native court judge about what types of crimes could lead to this extreme consequence. But for now, we've got work to do.
To welcome the judge, my Kadazan Dusun hosts bring their best buffalo recipes. As the men carve up the meat, I take a walk to the place where disputes get settled.
Behind me is a native court, a place where disputes are settled among members of the Kadazan Dusun community. Here, it's possible that you may have done something that was legal according to Malaysian law, but according to these guys, is not okay. Example, lawyer Marcel Jude called a local pageant a cattle show. Was his joke kind of hilarious? Yes, but that doesn't matter. It upset a lot of people. People from the Kadazan Dusun community. 20 NGOs sued him in native court for breaking custom, and then he had to settle by paying 7 buffaloes as compensation.
The meaning behind this traditional law will soon be revealed in our meeting with the judge. Right now, the protein for our main course is ready.
Right now, preparations are underway for a dish known as kava. This is a countryside buffalo soup. One thing that's special about the buffalo is that this is the ultimate communal animal. It is big enough to feed a lot of people, but expensive enough that it's not ever casually slaughtered. When a buffalo is slaughtered, it means that there is a special occasion and that a lot of people are gonna be showing up. And it's special because, I mean, look at the size of these organs. Right here, buffalo heart, absolutely gigantic. We're making use also of the buffalo lungs right here. Big and fleshy, that's good. That is the noodles of the internal organs. Intestines. We have the buffalo liver. Not even all of it, maybe a third of it. The rest of the liver is for sale on the black market. Get in contact with me if you have like a buffalo with a bad liver and you wanna, let me know.
The liver, heart, lungs, and meat get chopped into bite-sized pieces. However, the intestines need a good hour-long boil to tame their smell. While that simmers, a smoky fragrance lures me to the far end of the outdoor kitchen.
I don't care where you go around the world, when a giant animal like this is slaughtered, somebody's cooking the main food, and then on the side, somebody's always grilling some barbecue like this. Some little bites that people can eat immediately. Right here, we have big pieces of buffalo steak. I gotta say, this is not A5 Wagyu. This is very, very lean protein. What part of the animal is this from?
The leg.
Back leg or front leg?
Back.
Was this buffalo right-handed or left-handed?
Actually, it doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to make content.
Julius and Sanders are my partners in crime for this sneaky pre-meal snack. They simply season the leg meat with a sprinkle of salt and pepper, then pop it on the grill.
Oh yeah, just like ripping a phone book. Easy. Here, do you want some?
Okay. Thank you.
Can I say something weird? It tastes like buffalo.
Sure it does?
No, but like, it tastes like how the buffalo smelled.
Like the buffalo that's coming out from the muds or something?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
It's not a bad flavor at all, but it has a little bit of buffalo gaminess. It's meaty. It's not Japanese A5 Wagyu. It's not fatty. There's no intramuscular fat. It's pure protein. It's pretty intensely cooked, but it's still a nice flavor. Have you heard of this idea that if somebody commits a crime, they might have to pay by providing or slaughtering a buffalo? What is the worst offense you've heard of?
Child out of marriage, like that?
And then whose fault is that? The man or the woman or the child?
I think mostly the man.
Girls never wrong.
Don't tell my wife that. Or my daughter.
If you're gonna talk justice, you better bring a native court judge into the conversation. As the organ soup hits the table, I'm joined by Judge Charles, Sylvius, a former judge, and Marcellus, an NGO activist.
Sir, put her there. I heard you're a judge, and I'm trying to get closer to more influential people. So my understanding is that if you're in this community, your life is kind of run by 2 sets of laws. There are the civil laws, which govern every Malaysian person in the country. But then in this community, there's a kind of a different set of communal laws that people here must adhere to.
Yes, it's very true.
Native code
The native code has been established since the British colony era.
Nearly a century before Sabah joined Malaysia, the native courts were already handling disputes among the indigenous communities here. Today, they're still recognized by Malaysian civil law. Ignore their ruling, and you could be facing an even bigger fine or even jail. Compared to that, handing over a buffalo doesn't sound so bad.
When you are penalized with 1 buffalo, that buffalo is not to be kept alive. It will be slaughtered and eaten by the people who are affected in that case.
Oh.
After you are being penalized, you admit you made mistake, and we're supposed to eat together. We made peace so that we can live.
After all, it is hard for you and I to sit across from each other at a delicious meal like this and still harbor resentment.
Yes.
Right here, we have some buffalo. I tried this already, but I was ripping the whole steak and I didn't have any sauce. I was told the proper way to eat it is for them to cut it up and then to dip it in this sauce right here.
I'll have one.
It's different than a typical soy sauce. It's very salty and a little sweet too. It's a nice combination with the beef, the steak. Well done. Do you like that?
Oh yes.
Yes.
It is incredibly lean, but somehow it's still delicious. I still like it, especially after it cools down like this. Now earlier, I saw a bunch of the organs that were going into this. This is the kava.
Kava is the Kadazan Dusun's go-to dish for mending bonds. Remember those boiled intestines? They're chopped up before joining the other protein bits, all waiting to dive into the wok. The wok sizzles to life with oil, garlic, shallots, olives, ginger, chilies, and a mixture of curry, chili paste, and more olives. The chef gives it a good stir, then adds a splash of water, a spoonful of salt, and another spoonful of MSG for good measure. Next, he loads the wok with lemongrass, intestines, buffalo meat, liver, heart, and lungs. He adds more water to submerge the protein and let the soup simmer to the desired tenderness.
Should we try it out?
Yes.
The most noteworthy thing I think would be the broth. It's just full of delicious spices. It smells amazing. And then every organ in this animal is in here.
Nothing is wasted.
Nothing is wasted. All right, I'm gonna try some of this intestine. I'm gonna start big and bold. I taste lemongrass. It's all spicy. Oh, and that broth. Wow, the broth is delicious.
You can feel the curry.
Yeah, the intestines, very good. Chewy, clean, everything's really tender, broken down. So I put the rice into the broth.
Yes.
It's so good. Beyond the organs, it's also just full of meat. Mine has a big bone in it. If I lived in this community, I think I'd be trying to make conflict between people, so it needs to be resolved. You guys are fighting a lot. Maybe we kill a buffalo and I come over next Friday?
This is my last meal with the Kadazan Dusun before heading out for the pufferfish. And if the pufferfish does kill me by the end of this video,
The villagers have expressed clear concern for me. They say, listen, if this is prepared incorrectly, we're worried that something's gonna happen to Sunny and Sunny may die.
I'll go out gladly with kava in my belly and hopefully some hot gossip in my ear.
What are the offenses that could cause somebody to be forced to slaughter their own buffalo? This is like hot gossip.
Classic one would be if you go and touch somebody's daughter. That would be one buffalo.
You know,
One case that he have seen is a married man marry another woman secretly. So when the wife found out, he brought it to the native court and he was penalized one buffalo.
That's tough because I don't think that man and his wife had a yummy meal together and everything was fine.
He also have to pay penalty one pig for each of his children.
Wait, for each new child?
No.
For the children he had already?
Yes.
It's creative. What is the most extreme case you've ever heard of before?
I think you heard of that case. The lawyer who was penalized 7 buffalo.
7's a lot.
One buffalo is about 6,000 ringgit.
Why is it so important to have these native courts and to continue this tradition?
Because it preserves the identity of original people here and also help maintain peace.
After trying Malaysian Chinese food and eating alongside the Kadazan Dusun, it's time to leave the land and venture into the water to meet the Bajau people of Borneo. A 10-minute boat ride from Kota Kinabalu brings me to their village. Here, I'll soon face a giant, poisonous pufferfish.
This one looks like it's pregnant. It's huge. Roslan, good morning.
Good morning.
A historian with Bajau roots, Roslan is my guide to this water world.
Thank you for meeting me out here in the ocean. Can you tell me more about where we are right now?
Okay, Sandy, we are in a Gaya Island. Here, inhabitants are the Bajau people. It's around 3,000 of them, and they build houses on the water.
The Bajau make up about 16% of Sabah's population, making them the second largest ethnic group in the state. They live in stilt houses off the east coast of Sabah and spend their lives entirely on and beneath the water. I'm here to see how they live, how they eat, and what challenges they face.
There's a boat behind you, actually. This is full of divers who are going to be diving for a food that we're going to use for our lunch today. That food is the sea urchin.
The Bajau people, they are known as the free divers. They can go as deep as few meters down the water and they can hold their breaths 10 minutes like that. But here maybe they use the tools. They have their own flippers and they use tanks to make them easier to look for foods. They are afraid of ordinary fish and they also look for sea urchin. They also look for pufferfish.
The Bajau's ocean bounty is both their main source of income and nourishment. Most of their catch is sold at local markets, while the rest ends up on their plates. For our lunch, the sea urchins are turned into a dish I have never seen before.
When you look at something like this, is this food that you had growing up?
Memang sudah biasa.
This is their food since the younger days. They ate this food every day.
Joining Roslan and me, 2 divers, Ramzi and Armando.
So we have 2 things here. We have sea grapes, or kind of a sea grape salad. I think we could start with that and build up to this.
Sea grapes that have been seasoned with MSG are topped with green mangoes, tomatoes, red bell pepper, and onion. A splash of vinegar and a squeeze of kumquat juice seal the deal with a citrusy zing.
It tastes tastes of the sea. Very briny. It's got some spice and sour too. It's not like typical sea grapes that I would have at a Japanese restaurant. They're more like the part of the sea grape that's kind of popping. But this is more like the stalks and stems of the sea grapes. But it's very enjoyable. These are not sea grapes from the market.
They just came to the sea and they can found this. They just take it from the water.
Do you have to go far from here?
Around 3 miles.
How many kilograms are you getting at a time?
Tidak begitu banyak lah, macam
Around 10 kilos.
That's pretty good. And then they're free. 22 pounds of salad. Take it home. I mean, look, there's hunters and there's gatherers. If you're hungry enough, it's time to go gather.
We are the gatherers.
Yeah. Speaking of hunting, we have these right here.
Plucked straight from the sea, the urchins get a rinse in seawater before losing their spikes. The sea urchin is cleaned and its guts are discarded. The shell is filled with rice and topped with the sea urchin's meat. Our cook seals each shell with lemongrass leaves and a toothpick. Then she lets the steamer finish the job. The cooking techniques we see today have been passed down through generations of Bajau.
The Bajau people have been around in the sea for centuries, as early as 14th or 13th centuries. They can be found in Indonesia, in Malaysia, and the Philippines.
Long before they settled here in Sabah, the Bajau have been called sea nomads and sea gypsies, people who lived adrift, crisscrossing the ocean, migrating from the southern Philippines, and eventually settling in Sabah in the 15th century. This recipe is a nod to their Filipino roots.
Before we get into this food, I would love to hear a little bit more about your background. We're at your house right now. Can I ask how old you are now?
1962. 63 years old.
Having been born here, growing up here, how has this place changed over 6 decades?
Dulu dengan sekarang, those days they live in backwardness, but as the time goes, the government helps them to build houses, to build wooden bridge, shelter, foods, and provide them with job opportunities, and then modernize them.
Which of these improvements has had the most profound effect on your life?
Saran sama electricity and water, fresh water.
So what do you most need electricity for? I mean, it's not for air conditioning, I can tell you that. But they do have fans out here, they have TVs out here, they have lights, they have iPhones, and karaoke.
Karaoke, of course.
Of course. I saw a giant karaoke machine in the other house. That's how they're having fun, I know it. From here, we should dig in. So he uses a toothpick to remove the leaf. He breaks it open. Nice. This is the first time I've seen people cooking rice inside, then cracking open the whole thing. We just reach in, we grab some rice, there's some sea urchin there too, and we toss it back.
Toss it back.
That is creamy. The rice has kind of become one with the roe inside, the uni, if you will. Very nice flavor of roe. Fatty, a little bit sweet, and just a little bit of that nice seafoody flavor, just like eating a crab's head. The rice has almost become like a tropical risotto. Super soft, very saturated. This is good for him because, well, do you have any teeth? Oh, he has no teeth.
He has artificial teeth.
Where are they?
He don't use it.
That's like the biggest flex ever. Yo, I got fake teeth, but I don't even wear that shit. I'm straight gumming it.
While we enjoy lunch, a hunt is taking place underwater. The target? A pufferfish. For the Bajau, this is just another day in a life dictated by the sea. And on this day, even a pufferfish that could kill a villager is still seen as too valuable to throw back.
So I find this village to be fascinating, and that is because from this village, you can see the mainland. You can see hotels, resorts, buildings. Meanwhile, here, it's like a completely different world. It has its own little economy. There's kind of everything here. I mean, I've seen mosques, there's schools, fresh water. How does that work?
So the government did build a pipe from mainland to supply water here.
What about if you need some soda, sugar, salt, oil?
They have to move to the city to buy. It's important to have a boat.
Because it's your only connection to the mainland. It's your lifeline. The way of life out here is different for so many reasons. Some of the reasons are just how people live logistically on the water in these houses built on stilts. Some of the difference is in the food people are eating. Like the meal we just had, but also like the meal we're going to be eating soon. This is a meal composed of a poisonous puffer fish. The puffer fish is an iconic fish. Fish that are special for a particular reason. You see, these fish are poisonous. People die every year from eating this fish, and we're gonna see that fish now. Oh my lord, these things are gigantic. I've never seen puffer fish this big. Right now, he is picking up the smaller puffer fish very delicately because this one is full of spines. What I'm told is the spiky one is not poisonous. The only way it's gonna hurt you is if it spikes you in the water. So that is the smaller puffer fish, but let's take a look at this bad boy right here. This one looks like it's pregnant. It's huge. Look at that skin, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. It looks like it has a beak. This is the giant poisonous pufferfish, a fish that I've tried before in Japan. When you prepare it in Japan, chefs need a special certificate, and that is because if you prepare it the wrong way, you will die. And you won't die a good death. A Japanese guy told me one time how you'll die if you prepared the wrong way.
Poison hit my muscle quickly. I can move. Finally, we cannot breathe.
With no formal certification and drawing on years of trial and error, Jenian prepares a pufferfish stew to end our journey in Sabah, a meal that could be my last.
Right now we are inside one of the houses in the floating village. I gotta say, I've been to a lot of different floating villages before. This is the nicest floating house I've ever been on. I've been to some floating village houses where you look through the floorboards. Whatever you drop, it's going down and some kind of sea creature is gonna eat it. Here, normal floors, TV, giant karaoke system. Did you expect this?
No, that definitely did not.
This is Carmen, the only mainlander we could find willing to join me for this risky experience. The recipe is said to be so tasty that people gamble with their lives just for a bite.
Has anybody ever eaten your cooking and then you never heard from them again?
Dari bapak lagi, mama
This
lagi tiada.
dish has been passed on from generation to generation. So far, no one have died, not here in Gaya Island.
Have you heard people dying in Borneo or in...
Yes, in KK itself, Kota Kinabalu.
So what happened?
They consumed the pufferfish and then they died.
When preparing the pufferfish, a villager first removes the skin because all pufferfish skin is toxic. Then they count the gills in the belief that if the fish has 3 gills or fewer, it's safe to eat. But science says toxins come from the fish's diet, and the liver, by far, is the deadliest part of the pufferfish's body. What I did not know on that day was that they kept and prepared the liver as part of this deadly dish. First, the fish is chopped, and its meat is boiled with the liver. Once cooked, the bones are removed. In a wok, our cook heats oil and tosses in carrots, onions, and garlic, followed by a fragrant bundle of lemongrass. Then comes the sliced fish liver, seasoned with MSG, salt, and bouillon granules. Finally, the tender fish meat is added. Even with the danger at hand, the aroma rising from this wok is impossible to resist.
So in a moment, we're gonna be trying this food, but first I wanna read some information that I read concerning what we're about to consume. It might cause alarm, and it might change your mind as to whether or not you wanna try this food, but I think it's important that we read this information out loud.
Okay.
First of all, if you take one bite of the wrong part of the fish, you can die. In 10 to 45 minutes, you can experience numbness, tingling, or nausea. Well, guess what? 39 minutes ago, our cook here took a bite. She took a bite on camera, and so far, you feel okay.
Yeah.
No numbness.
No numbness.
Feel good?
Feel good.
That's a good sign. Next, within 1 to 2 hours, you will experience muscle paralysis or difficulty breathing. By hour 4 or 6, respiratory failure and death may occur. There is no antidote. That's the best part. Did you know that?
I don't know that.
The treatment is just trying to keep the person alive until the toxins have cleared the body. Still up for it?
Yep.
Still up for it?
Let's go for it. He want to make some prayer.
You know what? I'm not even religious. I would love to do a prayer. Amen. It's so fascinating because I've had pufferfish before, but it was only in Japan.
I've never had pufferfish in my life.
Wow. That's good. I'm not saying I would trade that bite for my life, but that is good. It's such a dense meat. It's almost like chicken.
Yeah, it tastes like chicken.
In Japan, what's fascinating is they would serve it sashimi style. There'd be very gentle flavors. Here, it's strong, it's salty, it's cooked all the way through.
So you just put some Ajinomoto to make it more flavor.
And that's a Japanese seasoning.
It's Japanese seasoning.
So it basically is a Japanese preparation after all. As I'm taking more bites, I'm feeling something. Something feels off. I feel a little weird.
A little weird?
Like a little bit of flush kind of dizziness. Like I was sitting and I stood up too fast. A little lightheaded, a little bit dizzy, a little flush, like a little hot in my cheeks. You feel fine?
I feel okay.
You feel normal?
I'm okay.
When you eat this, do you ever feel a little dizzy or a little lightheaded?
Yeah.
Never.
Looking back, that uneasy feeling was probably a sign that a small amount of pufferfish toxin had entered my body.
I think I should stop. I feel a little scared.
Wild pufferfish often carry tetrodotoxin, a deadly neurotoxin they absorb from their diet. Because of its lethal risk, Japan has banned the consumption of pufferfish liver altogether, whether wild or farm-raised. I must have been incredibly lucky to survive after 4 bites.
I'm told that recently the government is interested on banning the consumption of pufferfish here in this part of Malaysia. How does she feel about the government trying to step in to stop this from happening?
She feels sad if really the government want to ban this fish because it is a food that always been eaten by the people here. We have to strike the balance. We have to educate the people. We have to tell the people how to cook it. It's delicious. This food that passed on from generation to generation until today.
Ma'am, thank you so much for sharing your expertise and your knowledge with us as we have this meal together. I don't yet know the consequences of eating this myself, but I'll find out soon.